Hi, kindergarten parents. It is Mrs. Burnett here. You will have to excuse my voice for this presentation because I have been teaching your children over the past few days, and while they are absolutely amazing, all of the story reading and Go Noodle excitement has caused me to already be losing my voice. So bear with me, and I will share with you some information. A lot of it is going to be things that have already been sent home, but it is required for us to hold a parent night, so I am making sure you know everything you need to know, and then if you have any questions, I will definitely do phone calls next week. Parent communication is an easy one. You can always reach me in your child's agenda eventually. You can email me any time of day, and I will do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Text and phone calls, I will definitely do my best the same to get back to you as soon as I can. And then if you want to leave us a message on our class Facebook page, you are more than welcome, and I also try to get back to those as soon as possible. A few apps that we recommend in kindergarten, starfall.com. Teacher Wants to Read is a great one. Usually in September it is offered for free, and I highly recommend you download it for your child. Even if they already know their letters, it does go up through the levels, and it's just a really fun game for your kids. Epic Books is something that we use a lot in the classroom. I am actually an Epic Books master teacher, so I will send home more information about Epic as the school year goes on, but it is something that we use a lot in our classroom. iExcel is our school-wide math program. We will be sending login information if you would like to use that at home, and the same goes with Seesaw. Seesaw is a big part of our online portfolios. Even though we will be doing paper portfolios this year, we will still be doing some of that online portion. And your kids do a lot of recording on Seesaw, and they really enjoy when mom and dad and family members get to see that. Luckily, we do not require homework in kindergarten, but we do ask that you work with your child on their sight words throughout the week as you receive them. There will be a list going home in your child's green folder. I will start sending that green folder home on Monday. It is really, for our class, just a safe place to keep papers rather than just shoving them in their backpacks. And then we do have about 3 or 4 sight words a week. We work in them class a lot, but it is also great to have extra practice at home. Our classroom rules are also our McKeel-wide behavior expectations. We spend a lot of time these first few weeks going over them, and then throughout the year we review them as needed. There may be a time in the day where I have to stop what we're doing and say, hey, boys and girls, don't forget, rule number 1, we follow directions the first time they're given. Or if we're walking in line and we are struggling to get those voices off or those marshmallow toes that we walk with, I might say, hey, boys and girls, don't forget, our rule number 5 is to do our best in all that we do, which means no matter where we are on campus, we are always trying our best and representing McKeel the best that we can. And I will let you read through those rules. In our classroom, we do use that color system of green, yellow, and red, similar to what a lot of your students probably use in pre-K. Every student starts each day on green. If they are having difficulty following one of our school-wide expectations, I do give them frequent reminders and just warnings that, hey, listen, I've had to ask you twice. I should only have to ask you once. Please make sure you're following directions the first time. I do give a lot of warnings, probably more than I need to. If your child continues to make these choices, they will be moved to yellow, and a note will go home in their agenda. If things continue to be a struggle, there is a chance they will go home on red, and I will definitely try to call you that afternoon. There are some behaviors such as hitting, biting, or things like that, where a child will automatically be put on red, and there will be no in-between color. And again, I will always communicate that with you. This is our current class schedule and hopefully our final class schedule. I did move some things around since I had sent it out earlier this week. A lot of our morning is going to be that MAC time, which is school-wide small groups to help students in whichever area they need. Our recess and snack is in the morning, and our class does math in the morning. We have specials 10:10 to 10:50. On some days we do have that second specials block, so kids are going from PE to music or from PE to library back to back. On the days that we don't have that second specials block, we do our science and social studies. Our lunch is from 12:09 to 12:34. And then we come back, and the rest of our afternoon is mostly our reading block. We do our writing workshop, our phonics. Right before lunch, we do get started on our story for the week from our Ready Florida program. And then we do have that second recess, end of day pack up story time, and then of course going home. Each day your child chooses their own lunch in the mornings based on the 4 choices we will have that afternoon: hot lunch, yogurt snacker, peanut butter and jelly, or lunchbox. All of our choices do come with a milk, fruit, and vegetable, and then a special treat if you allow it. I think you had to check the a la carte option when you registered your child online. There are several adults in there with the children at all times, obviously, but they are not always able to get to your child right away to open a milk or a Go-Gurt or a string cheese. So if you are sending a lunchbox and you are able to help your child at home, just putting that straw in that Capri Sun or peeling back those cheese wrappers, we would be most grateful. And then big time, just reminding them that they are responsible at school for picking up their own trash and getting it in the trash can. Our attendance policy will be found in the agenda once your child receives them. Just a reminder that our school day does start at 8:15 and does end at 3. Children that come in past 8:15 will be marked tardy. We do start our day right at 8:15, so it is important that your child be on time so they don't miss out on morning activities or lessons. If you do have to schedule doctor's appointments, I am very understanding. I have a child with severe allergies, so I know it's not always easy to get it done at the end of the day, but just give me a heads up and let me know if your child's going to be out, especially if they're going to be out for more than one day, and then we can work together to see if there's anything I can send home or anything I can do to help your child not miss out on too much. Our grading policy, I think this is the biggest part of parent night, especially being a parent myself that's rather new to McKeel. We do a standards-based grading, which means your child is not going to receive those A's and B's and C's and D's. They are going to get a 1, 2, 3, or 4. It is a proficiency scale, which means we are looking at where your child is at that moment on whichever skill they are working on. So it's not looking at the entire year necessarily. It might be looking at just that particular grading period, or maybe even that particular assignment. For example, with our alphabet, it is a skill we'll be working on all year long. So when we assess letters at the end of the first 9 weeks, if we are only assessing 7 letters and your child knows all of them, fantastic. They are a 4. They are proficient at that skill at that time. But let's say we get to the third 9 weeks and now we are assessing 30 of the letters, but your child is really having a hard time with some of the lowercase letters and maybe they only know 15 of them. Then we would start looking at that 2 or that 3, letting you know that, hey, your child needs to know this many. They're definitely not proficient. They're not of concern, but they're not quite where they need to be. So don't think of it as a 4 is an A or a 1 is an F. It is more of a, hey, where is my child at this point in time with this particular skill? It definitely sounds more complicated than it really is. And once you realize that it's just kind of letting you know where your child is at that point, and it's not necessarily where they're going to be at the end of the year, it will help you get through it just like it helped me. Just continuing on with that standards-based grading, your child will be assessed on various standards and skills throughout the year. There is more information about that standards-based grading on our McKeel website. Some of your child's assessments will go in their portfolios that will be on campus, and those will also be sent home at various times of the year for you to look through and sign off on and return to campus. Some of these assessments will be uploaded to an app called Seesaw. Super awesome app. A lot of the work that's on Seesaw, your kids are doing 100% themselves. They're taking pictures of things. They're recording their voices. They're uploading it into these folders for math and reading and science. amazing things that kindergartners are capable of, and more information will come out as the time comes. But just that reminder again, please don't worry that your child is not all fours. If they have ones and twos, it's okay. That just means your child is working on that skill and they're just not there quite yet. I am always there to support them. Our kindergarten helper, Miss Fredier, is always helping our kindergarten team get the kids to where they need to be. And then always just having that conversation at home. Hey, I saw you had a 2 on this. Were you rushing? Is it something you don't understand? And just kind of reviewing some of the things that do go home or that you do see on Seesaw that maybe aren't those 4s or 3s. I truly appreciate your support in any of these things because I do have 18 kids in the classroom. I try my best to get to each and every one of them and make sure I see all their assignments. But sometimes it does get overwhelming at the end of the day when you're trying to grade math, science, reading, social studies, writing, and I don't always get to see every single piece. So having those second sets of eyes and having parents sometimes go over it with them is just really helpful. Last but not least is some information about our McKeel PTO. If you have not had a chance to sign up already, please let me know and I can get those forms to you. Our PTO does a lot of amazing things for the staff and for the students. Throughout the year, they provide lunch for the teachers, special treats for the teachers, special activities for the students, and last year we did get a $100 grant for our classroom through the PTO, and we were able to buy really fun spy pens and smelly markers and scratch sticks and papers to practice our sight words each Friday. The kids absolutely loved it, and it would not have been possible without the PTO. So we do appreciate everyone who was able to sign up. Okay, I promise this is it. This very last slide are just a few ways that you can support our McKeel PTO. I will just point out my favorite and probably the easiest one, which is that using smile.amazon.com to shop online, and a certain percentage of your purchase through Amazon will go back to whoever you choose. You are looking for McKeel Elementary Academy, which was our former name. And again, if you're like me and you shop on Amazon a lot, you're definitely helping our school. Another option that we do throughout are those spirit nights. And when you let them know at PDQs or at Andy's Frozen Custard that you're there for McKeel Spirit Night, they will mark that receipt, and a certain percentage of those proceeds do go back to the school. So we appreciate any support we can get. Just look through that list, and if there's something that you want to do, check out that email address above and let them know that you're there to help. I hope this was helpful. I hope that my voice isn't annoying you because it is very scratchy, and every moment I am losing it a little bit more. So I'm sorry we'll not get to see each other face to face, but go through it, read through it. If you have any questions, jot them down, and I am going to try to call each and every parent at some point next week to talk to you, let you know how your child's doing so far, and answer any questions. Thank you so much, and have a fabulous morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it is for you.